Hey everybody, I'm the Bigglesworth, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Along with Piggy. Now I figured I would come up here on top of this church. Yes, that's what this structure is. And because I wanted to see what my area was starting to look like. And I like it. It's beginning to get a semblance of the images that I've got in my head. And that's always a good thing. It's very satisfying when you are trying to be creative and you're trying to come up with something and you get an idea and then you work on it and then it works. Oh, it's so cool. So let's see if I can not die. So in today's episode, we're going to stay away from this area. I know y'all might be getting sick of the whole mine and all the stuff in there. Or maybe not. But, you know, we're going to shift gears a little bit. Now, Piggy, what are you talking about gears? Well, let's go over here and I'll show you. I have these torches laid out because I have come up with a rather large structure, as you can tell, that's going to go here. I did it in a creative world, and when I worked on it, it was just a flat world, so I could, you know, build anything I wanted, and that was kind of a mistake because I wasn't taking into consideration the land and the water for this map. I was just being creative. And before I knew it, I'd kind of gotten out of control and built a huge structure. But I really, really like the way it looks, so I think I'm just going to keep it. I may have to extend the dirt out right there a little bit just, you know, to make it all work, but it'll be worth it. So trust me, this is not the build. I know this looks ugly. Mainly what I was doing here is I want it where when I turn the water switch on and off over there, that the water really does flow all the way down to the water wheel. Like you can turn it on and off all the way. And the way water works is it'll move 7 blocks. If there's one to drop down, it'll drop and then it'll move 7 more. But if the 8th block is level, then the water will come here and it'll stop. It'll stop flowing. So I had to build a little thing just out of dirt, you know, just so I could kind of plan. Piggy's like to plan. Keeps us from messing everything up. So, and this right here, it's just a basic shape of where the water wheel's going to go. And that's right, we're going to build the water wheel today. Now the water wheel is going to attach itself to some gears inside a rather large structure right here. It's going to be like a gear house. Now those gears are going to attach themselves to that. Wait for it. I'm not going to tell you yet. It's going to be a surprise. But as per usual, the sun is going away, bringing night with it, and any creepers that may decide to show up. Now creepers won't blow up my map anymore, but they will definitely hurt me and kill me. And as we can see, we're not wearing any armor. Got my little iron helmet. That's about it. And I think it is a high time that I go ahead and make myself some armor. So, last episode, we mined out all those blocks and got a lot of diamonds. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bust up some of this nether quartz ore that I've been gathering. And if I need to, I'll bust up some more of the redstone ore, just for the XP. And I think I'm going to make myself a full set of armor and go ahead and enchant it. So, I liked the way that I did last episode with the little time lapse of busting up the diamonds. And I think I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do just a quick little time lapse here. I'm going to show you a time lapse of me busting up stuff and getting XP and enchanting. And then we'll come back and get started over there. Alright, everybody. Managed to enchant an entire set of armor for myself. And here's what stinks. Oh, where did I put it? Where did I put it? I crafted a whole set of armor, and then I looked in one of the chests next to that, and I had a set of armor. Oh, I couldn't believe I did that. Oh well, I'm sure it'll come in handy someday. So, here's what I managed to get, and I'm going to get away from these guys. Whew, they're noisy. Still need to do something with them. Alright, so we got some pants with protection 3. Go and put those on. A helmet, protection 4. Respiration 3 and breaking 3. Now, the respiration 3, I think, helps me stay underwater longer. And projectile protection, I'm pretty sure that helps me against skeletons. So, this is cool. I got depth strider, and that's awesome, because now I can walk through the water a lot faster. And some more protection. So, I tell you what, this is probably the most protected I've ever been in the entire 3 years that I've been playing Minecraft. So, good on you, Piggy. And then I got this. Bane of Arthropods. Boy, I tell you what, that's my bane. Piggy's bane. Now, the fire aspect I thought was cool at first when I grabbed it, and then I realized, wait a minute. I'm trying to gather XP right now from cooking stuff. I don't have an XP farm yet. And every time I kill an animal with this thing, it's going to cook them. So, yeah. I guess that's good in a way, but, you know, we'll just have to find a way to get XP from somewhere else. So, the first thing we're going to start doing over here before we get the water wheel built is I'm thinking about extending out this little water trough. I'm not quite sure what to do underneath it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this out, kind of start working on the structure, and then when I see how much room I've got left, kind of, you know, and once I've cut away some of this hill, then I'll figure out how I want to build it. Because what I'm thinking about doing is extending the road over this way. Okay. And we're going to come underneath this. So I want to build like an arch or something like that that you would walk through. So everything would be to your left. And I almost told you why you would be going on the road to go this way. Shush, Piggy, shush. Keep it a secret. So, I've got an idea in mind. I'm not quite sure I want to extend out the way this looks, because it looks kind of simple. And the build over here is going to be a lot more detailed than that. So, I'm going to go off camera for a second. I'm going to try a few ideas, and I'm going to come back and show you what I've got. And then I think I'm going to try to gather up all the stuff and actually build something on camera for once. I mean, we are in episode 7, and I'm not quite sure I've ever actually built something in front of you. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done, because this is going to take some fiddling. And once I kind of get an idea of what I'm comfortable with, I'll come back and I'll work on the water wheel. Okay? So for you, a cutscene. For me, a few minutes. Catch you in a minute. Alright, everybody. Welcome back. Like I said, a second for you. Whew. About an hour or so for me. I think I really like the way that looks. Looks a little bit better than the dirt path I had going. And it looks like it's got these little ears hanging off the side, right? Well, that's actually going to be part of the structure for the water wheel goes, so it'll make sense in a minute. But I wanted to show y'all something that I found really interesting, and I'm going to have to do some more tests to see, how far this actually goes. But check this out. Okay, I have a shovel here that's worn. See how it says I got 37 more hits? See how that one shows 35 more hits? Okay, so for y'all that can do quick math, 35 plus 37 is 72. That's right. So I'm going to put these two together here, and I should be getting a shovel that has 72 durability, right? Well, look at that. It's actually 78. So somehow, by combining these two, I'm getting 6 more durability out of it, which means 6 more blocks I can break. So it almost would seem like, instead of letting your tools tear up, if you'd wear them out and then combine them, you actually can get more blocks in the long run broken per tool. It's just very weird. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that before. I've never heard anybody say anything about that. But, so here we go. We're going to try and conquer this monstrosity. So, not really quite sure what we're... Okay, here we go. We'll just start like that. And... Ooh. Okay. Now, I had tried to do this in a creative world, and I came up with a couple of different designs. And it's very tricky trying to do circles in Minecraft. I mean, you're working with squares, right? So circles can be real tricky. But what I've figured out over time is, if you're trying to do a circle with just solid blocks, it's not going to look that great with a small circle. But if you combine blocks, stairs, and half slabs, you can get really gentle sloping arcs out of things. So you can kind of coax a circle out of your shapes. So right now what I'm trying to build here, it's kind of like the leg structure or support that the water wheel would rest on. So I'm just doing that to make sure that I'm going to place this in the right spot. But I want it to look like, there we go, just like that. I want it to look like, that the structure makes sense. When your eyes see it, you go, oh, okay, I get it. This is a support to hold up something big. So I've got this like that, and I'm going to need to mirror that over here on this side. So we'll get us some cobblestone wall, and let's see, how did I do that? With the block. Okay. So just like that. And see how I'm putting dirt here? Well, that's because no one's ever going to actually see that block. And when you're playing in survival, you have to actually go out and get all your resources. And so resources become very, precious. It's not just something you want to waste. So I'm going to place a dirt block there. And no one will ever know it's there, except me and you. So don't tell anybody. Shh. So here we go. All right, and we'll place our blocks here like that. And like that. And there we go. Now we've got the support for the water wheel. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some fence posts like this. Coming out like that. And then they drop down like that. And we're just going to bring that around on the other side too. Just kind of mirror image what we're doing. And this also helps. If I'm building something that's very symmetrical, it's very even, you can kind of, repeat the patterns of what you're doing instead of build a whole thing, come over here and go, whoa, wait a minute, what in the world did I build? And then try to remember it all. It's just easier to do it this way. Alright, so we're going to build the water wheel out of spruce wood, just for a nice contrasting color. And I know some of you might be thinking, why aren't you using a whole block? Well, I found that I'm going to use a lot of half slabs, and you can put 2 half slabs together and they look like a block. So it's just nicer to have, one spot in your inventory when you're trying to build than trying to jump between 2 to get the half slabs or the blocks. So we're going to put that like that, and then on this side we're going to put stairs. And then here's where we start trying to get that circular shape to start appearing from square objects. Now you can see me putting these, and you can see, oh look, half slab, stair, and all that. But watch, when we kind of step away, see it's starting to take a little bit of a circular shape. So I'm going to come back over here, put stairs on each side like this. Now here gets to be the tricky part. I want to go 3 full blocks up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. Oh, come on, work with me, buddy. 5. There we go. Sometimes it glitches like that when you're jumping and trying to place half slabs. So we've got that. We'll put our stair. And let's see. It's going to be another stair there. Half slab. Uh-oh. And I'm bumping my head. I thought that was happening. So we'll come back here just so you can see. So we got the stair and slab. Stair and slab. So the next thing I want to do is put a slab and a stair here. And I brought some dirt. A little bit of scaffolding. And I like to use dirt for scaffolding because it's so easy to just dig it back down real quick. Some people like to use cobble, but the problem is that, man, just sometimes trying to break up all that cobble can drive you crazy. So, come on, work with me. There we go. And we'll just take a little jump and not fall. Sweet. Okay, so I'm going to get out my shovel. We'll get rid of that. We'll come back and clean this all up later. And since I'm up here, we'll go ahead and make sure we're doing this right, like that, and like that. There we go. Okay. We'll get this right in a minute. So I'm going to put that there, and then I'm just going to need to repeat the pattern on the other side. So we'll try it from here. Let's see. Are we doing this right? Yep. Okay. So we're going to jump over here. See if I can. Run and jump. Yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's right. We'll find out in a second. Okay. That. And Whew. Boy, I tell you what, sometimes building in survival can be really testing for your patience. There we go. Okay, and let's get our shovel. We'll knock all this dirt out of the way and kind of take a step back, and you can see what the final shape is going to look like. See? Kind of looks like a wheel. A little bit of a circle. So I'm going to go off camera, and I'm going to put the other circle in and start putting in some slats and come back and show you what it looks like. Hey everybody, time for the big reveal. What? Check that out. Went ahead and filled in the water. Whoop, totally got stuck in it. Oh yeah, check this out, watch this. My depth strider boots. Look at that. Can walk really fast in the water. Let me show you a comparison. I'll take the boots off. Whoa, super slow in the water. We'll put the boots back on. Look at that. I love it. So, here's my water wheel. Now, this drives me crazy. Of course, this is something to do with Minecraft. When you have a block like this, like stairs, where there's an empty spot, see that? The water kind of, it draws this animation like it's flowing. I hate that. Oh man, it drives me crazy. I wish that, when you try to do stuff with glass underwater, it does the exact same thing. And it just kind of messes up the way it looks. But I can't really help it here because of the angles. But I'm thinking I may actually change these to solid blocks. So, we'll see. Oh yeah, and look at this. My respiration 3. Look how slow those bubbles are going down. Man, I could stay underwater forever. It's like scuba diving. So, here we go. We'll jump back out. I went ahead and added this to the side. This is the start of the foundation for the gear house. And I kind of mixed up some cobble and some stone and some raw andesite so that it looks like a stone foundation, but it's enough of a mix of different textures that your eyes don't get bored looking at it. So, I think that's going to be about it for this episode. I know it really doesn't feel like I did a whole lot, at least for me. I try to keep my episodes around 20 minutes or so, just so it doesn't feel like they go on forever. And sometimes, man, it feels like 20 minutes just gets away from me. Before I know it, the time is up, and I don't feel like I've done a lot. But I hope that you enjoyed this episode, the little time lapse I did of getting all my armor going. And I hope you like the way the water wheel turned out. I want y'all to go ahead and build your own water wheel. And remember, take pictures of it and send it to me on Twitter. And do me a favor also, if there are some of you that are wanting to send me pictures, but maybe you're not allowed to be on Twitter, or you just don't want to use it, if there's other places that you want to suggest where you can post pictures, that way I can go look at them and see what builds you're doing, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below, and I'll take a look at them. And if there's enough players that want to start using something else, maybe we'll add that. So that way everybody's not forced to, just be on Twitter. But I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for this episode. I'm going to get ready to start working on my foundation over here, to start building the gear house. And we'll start doing that in the next episode. We'll come back and I'll start working on all the gears and the structure for this building. And I almost told you, you're just going to have to wait and see. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.